If you're struggling with negotiating for sellers, keep watching. In this video, I'll be sharing with you the seller negotiation techniques to help you successfully sell your listing. For the best real estate tips and strategies, you guys, subscribe to my channel and hit the bell to be notified for when I post a video every Tuesday. I've used these very techniques to win hundreds of deals for my sellers, you guys, and it's been a massive contribution to a multi-six-figure business. Step number one, you guys, as soon as you receive an offer, personally call every single agent that's shown the property. Okay, so the reason we're gonna do this is because what you wanna do is understand the irrevocable time, or the time that the current offer that you have in hand expires. Because what you wanna do is get in contact with everybody that's shown any interest to the property and try to get another offer in for your clients, so you can have a multiple offer situation and leverage that to get the best deal. Step number two, you guys, after you've received the offer and you've reviewed it, personally call the buyer's agent that sent in the offer and get more information, right? You want to get information about their clients, about the buyer. So are they pre-approved? If so, how much? Are they flexible on closing, right? You want to understand what their situation is. Have they sold already and they need to get this place? Are they currently renting and they need this place? So understand the buyer's motivation as well in order for you to use that as a tool to negotiate. And what you also want to do is understand if what the buyer's thought process is and how they came up with their price, right? Are there any comps that they're looking at? If so, you have that information and you can use that in comparison to your comps and use that as a negotiating tool to get a potential higher price, because ultimately you're using reasons and rationale as to why you think or why you're expecting a certain price, and with the buyers as well. And also you want to use this to convey to your sellers, and you want to share with your sellers what your buyers are thinking, right? So it's very important to convey all this information so everybody has the information so they can make an informed decision. So before I continue, you guys, I want to ask you a question. What negotiating techniques are you currently using that's working for you? Comment below, I would love to know. Number three, use scarcity, you guys, even on the seller side, because the majority of the time, very likely that if a buyer is submitting an offer, they're wanting the property, right? So when it gets to a point to where, like, you as a listing agent, you share information such as you've had a really long conversation with your seller and they may be thinking about changing their mind on selling altogether. You're using scarcity for the buyers to basically use that as a negotiating tool. And at that point, whatever you're putting that scare into the buyer to where this opportunity may not be available anymore. So using scarcity is a really powerful tool to where you can use that and leverage it to get essentially the price that you want or the terms that you want. Step number four, you guys, counter offers. With all of your counter offers or even your offers on the buying side, but especially when you're representing your seller with counter offers, create a story. Let them know that I'm talking to you. When you're talking to the buyer's agent, let the buyer's agent know that you've put a lot of effort into convincing your sellers to counter with this offer. You spend so much time talking them out of potentially, just rejecting it and ignoring it altogether, to where, they understand that, okay, you've put a lot of effort into having this counter offer, and for them to really and seriously consider it. Because the reason for this, you guys, is that when a potential buyer or buyer's agent sees that it's been a difficult process for the listing agent to present this counter offer, it makes them a lot more hesitant to want to counter your offer, right? So you're kind of pushing them and incentivizing them to accept your offer as is in order to get the deal done, right? So you're putting that potential fear into the buyer's agent's mind so they can share that with their buyers, right? So when you create a story of this kind, you're essentially letting them know that, okay, this is a very strong offer and you should seriously consider accepting it. So creating a story, you guys, is extremely important. Step number five, you guys, do what it takes to keep the deal together. So for example, if it's a very emotional process for the buyers and sellers, and your job is to keep your composure and keep the deal together, right? Because after a couple of back and forth negotiations, they get exhausted and get emotional, right? So your job is to at that point is to get the deal done. And for example, if you have to reduce your commission by a small percentage, if you have to give 1,000 here, 1,000 there to your sellers, for example, just to make them feel better in order to get the deal done, then you should do so, because at that point it's very difficult to get two parties to that point initially. So you don't want to have that be in vain or go to waste, right? So at that point, it's your job to get the deal done and keep the deal together by doing what you got to do to make the transaction go through. There it is, you guys. Now you know the seller negotiation techniques to sell the property for your clients. If you found this video helpful, you guys, and you want real practical tips and strategies, subscribe to my weekly email list and you're going to get real tips and strategies sent directly to your inbox each and every week. It's in the description below. Also, if you want to join a community dedicated for new agents just like yourself to get free tips and strategies, we have a private Facebook group that you can join today to level up your business. It's in the description below. If you found this video helpful, you guys, do me a huge favor. Watch these 2 videos and smash that like button, subscribe, and comment below with your #1 takeaway. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.